Okay, hi there. I made this video because I want to walk you through the process of formatting your paper so it meets the MLA style guidelines. This is a standard here in this class, throughout the English department at Encinal, and then in college. So learn it now, keep going with it. This video will stay up on YouTube for you to reference. It'll be on School Loop and YouTube. So I made an example of a document here in Google Drive, and we can edit it together, and you can see exactly how you turn it into a MLA format paper. If you're looking at it now, maybe your paper looks a little like this with your name in the upper right, title in bold, and then your paragraphs here. Okay, this is not MLA at all. So we'll go through it step by step. The first thing that you need for the MLA is to change this initial heading. Okay, so the first thing you do, your heading needs to be on the left side. My thing is scrunched up here because I'm doing this screencast. Yours might show all these toolbars. If it doesn't, you go to More, this icon here, left align. So you have your document aligned to the left. And now our student here, Reggie Hammond, is off to a right start. So you have your name. Now the next thing you want underneath it is the name of your teacher or your professor in college. Here you'll put my name, because this is a class. For this, you're turning in a paper for my class. You put my name. Underneath that, you would put the title of the course when you're in college, like you'd put English Composition 101 or whatever the course is. Here we're going to do a slightly modified version where you put whatever period you're in. If you're in period 2, you put period 2. If you're in 6, you put 6. If you're in period 12, you put 12. Okay, I'm just going to put period 1. And then the date. Now the problem here, I don't want the date like this. The date needs to be written out longhand. So instead of 10/31, you put October 31, comma, 2014. Okay, that's what the heading looks like there. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is change the whole thing. These different fonts, this is Arial font, and this is Comic Sans. They're two different fonts. This is in bold. None of that is okay. It all has to be Times New Roman 12-point font. So you can do that, edit, select all, or you can hit Control A, but edit, select all, and then you go to your font and you change it to Times New Roman, and then you change it so it's all 12-point. Then some of it's bold, you can make it all bold and then make it unbold. None of it should be bold. Okay, so that's the next thing. Now you've got your heading, and you've got your title, and you've got your text, and it's all 12-point Times New Roman font, and you're good there. Okay, now the next thing you need to do, this paper needs to be double spaced. So you do the same thing, edit, select all, format, and you can do line spacing. This is for Google, and if you're using Microsoft Word or OpenOffice, you'd go format paragraph, and then you would have a line spacing option. But here, if you're doing it in Google, which most of you are, you'll go format, line spacing, double. Okay? Now you've got it double spaced, it's easier to read. This is, again, the standard for how you do this. Okay, now, if you remember before, I had gaps between my paragraphs because when it was single spaced, that looked better. MLA format, you don't do that. You just drop down one line. So if you have it like this, you go back and you cut that out. Now this skips because it's at the end of the page. You go back, take that out, take that out. So now each paragraph, there's an indent, and that indicates the new paragraph. Indent, indent, indent. But there's no extra line breaks. Okay? So at this point, we've got our heading. There shouldn't be a break there either. You've got your title. You've got your body. And it's all double spaced, Times New Roman, 12-point font. Okay, now the final thing you need to do for these is you need to have a page count header. That's going to be a page count in the upper corner. So the way you do that in Google Docs is if you can click up here, and if you already have an active header, it'll go right to it. Or if you're over here, go Insert Header. Okay, now this is going to create this section up here where you can put a heading. Google Docs is going to take you, so up here you're at the very top of the page, drop down a line, and then this is going to be your header on every page. It's going to be your last name. In this case the author is Reggie Hammond, and that actually needs to be Times New Roman, 12-point font, Hammond, and then the page number. Now watch, if I put page number 1 here on the first page and then scroll down, it says Hammond 1 on the second page, and I'll say Hammond 1 on the third page. Okay, because the header is the same on every page. Now there's a way to make it so that it changes page numbers for you. So that's what you're going to do. So you go back up to your header, take out where you put 1, you're going to go Insert, Page Number, top of page. And now it adds it for you. So now it says 1 on page 1, 2 on page 2, 3 on page 3. If you had a page 4, it would say 4. Okay, so up there, Insert, Page Number. There, I did a second one. Okay, so that's all you need for it to be MLA format. Everything is in Times New Roman, 12-point font. Nothing is in bold. It's in double space. You've got the heading, your name, teacher's name, period, date that it's due. Take out any extra gaps like that one there. Indent every paragraph, and you put your last name and page count in the upper right hand corner. And that is how you have an LA format paper. If you finished all this, bravo, go ahead and submit. And before you submit, rename it as something like this. Last name, first name, autobiographical narrative. You save it like that, and then you share it with me. And then you'll be all done. And just in case you've forgotten what my email is, I'll put the share here too. pegos@alameda.k12.ca.us. Then you send. Voila! MLA format paper submitted.